tough weekend. But that's fine. I'm kind of growing in that as I watched that game yesterday, I realized, and this, you may not know this, Jay, it really isn't my fault. I have no real say in the outcome, no matter if I yell, scream, or if I'm continuing wearing the exact same shirt and jersey every week. But there are people who have fault in this, and I think the Vikings have plenty of fault to go around from coaching, special teams, defense, offense. They all got a share in this, but I don't. I can be upset, but I don't have to be mad. Make sense?
Yeah.
I'm growing as a person, I think.
It's one of those where we, like you said, we have no control over how the team does.
Yep.
And you have to ask yourself, so do we need to be patient with J.J. McCarthy, or is he just not going to be good? And we've seen examples of both.
Mm-hmm.
Dante Culpepper was not great his first year as the quarterback, and then he got better. Certainly there's examples of Peyton Manning was awful his first year. Josh Allen wasn't great. And they minimized the turnovers. They got better with their accuracy, and they became top-end quarterbacks. But we also have had experiences with Tavares Jackson and Christian Ponder, which did not work out, and they're not in the league. The
guy's got 5 games under. He's got 5 games under his belt, right? We want to see Darnold-type action. Now, Darnold even had a tough game yesterday, but we want to see that. Well, those guys were here with years of experience. I'm not giving up on JJ yet. He's got to get rid of the cliches when the football game's over with. I don't know, somebody's coaching him up just on what to say, and I don't like that. Just go and get better at your job. I'm not giving up on him. But it's kind of the weird things. How many times yesterday did we have their quarterback sacked dead to rights, and we couldn't get him on the ground? Sorry, defense, that's your whole job. That bothers me.
That's true. That is true. That was something that happened. That was a bit of a problem, is that they couldn't seem to get him down. I don't think they had very many sacks in yesterday's game.
No. And then on the offensive side, and I'm a big Minnesota guy, no, JJ didn't have especially the best start, but we saw Addison drop a couple. We saw Jefferson drop one. We saw Hawkinson drop one. We saw Thielen drop one. Well, you know what? That's maybe only 4 more catches, but it changes the whole motivation of the team. Right now you're going forward instead of not. Everyone has a slice of this pie, this humble pie today.
I think that's fair. Yeah, it's not just McCarthy. It is, the drop passes.
Yeah.
Boy, it'd be nice too, and you probably could see this, is that he throws it too hard sometimes.
Everything isn't the fastball.
Everything's a fastball, and it's like, did you really need to throw it that hard in that circumstance? So hopefully that's something you can learn, that I don't need to throw this as hard. And Thielen, it's like these guys are going to break their fingers. You remember when Favre used to be the quarterback? Packer players would talk about this. I think Viking players, when they had him for 2 years, that he would throw it so hard they would break their fingers.
Yeah. And on that same line, very much like that, Favre was an INT guy, right? He threw a lot of interceptions, and you just put up with it because he knew how to win ball games. Yeah, that's all right. If we can get there, I'm okay. Throw interceptions, just win the ball games. We're not quite there yet. That would be another thing I would ask you, Jay. So we get down at the end of the half, inside the 30, and even Brady says, okay, you got 3 locked up. Now you can start thinking about a touchdown. Okay, there's no rush here, 50 seconds, whatever. And we throw that lob pass into the end zone. And again, I'm ripping Addison a little bit here. The guy made a great move. Jumped out of the gym. I mean, I wish I could jump that high. Jumps out of the gym. But isn't it become Addison's job, if you're not going to catch it, to make sure he can't? Hold his hands. Drop him down. You get a 10-yard penalty. I don't care what you do. Interfere with the guy. He can't come down with it. But he did. What, Jay? Am I lying? You just can't give that up, because we gave up those 3 points going in. If you had made those, guess who wins?
Yeah, no,
everything stays the
counts.
same.
Everything counts. But did we even think it was going to be that close?
No.
The 2 touchdowns they scored in the fourth quarter, I didn't foresee happening. I'm like, this is getting close to a point where it's unwatchable. And before it became unwatchable, they're like, oh, we're going to run for a touchdown here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now they're just down a score, but still it's going to come down to JJ having to make plays, and then he did. That drive that led to the Addison touchdown. We're like, well, I didn't see that coming. But now there's still a minute left, and quickly it went from, we just need to stop them, just have a good coverage on the kick return, and then that wasn't good, and that put him in a great position to get that game-winning field goal. And I don't know about you, but I was like, maybe he'll miss this because he missed one
He
early.
missed one. Yeah. Well, that was their hope. That's every Minnesotan on the edge of their seat. But let me ask you this, Jane. It's Monday morning quarterbacking. I get it. Do you not, 50 seconds ago, just beam that kick out of the end zone? Give it to him on the 35? Or is that too close? Well, yeah, in hindsight. But we're thinking we'll kick it off to the 5-10 yard line and hope this guy doesn't get to the 35, right? I mean, that way you're ahead of the chain. I don't know if that wasn't, well, looking back, it was 100%. He gets 58 yards. They got to go 5 yards to kick that field goal. And they did.
Yeah. Right. No, that's exactly it. That you can think about it that maybe they should have done it differently, and maybe they will if they're ever faced with that situation again. I don't know. It's kind of a moot point, I suppose, now because it didn't go that way, and they ended up losing the game.
All right, be the big guy for me and tell me how in the world do we look at the Minnesota Vikings and think they have a chance of getting in? We're 10 games in. There's 7 to go. I believe Minnesota has to win 6 of 7 of their final ball games, and I just don't see this team with that spark.
You're probably right. Yeah, and this is looking like a team that's going to miss the playoffs. And I think that the one thing we have to look at here is that if JJ gets better, and you start feeling like, okay, he's our quarterback going forward, then you have a much better outlook going into next season. But if you still don't know the answer to that at the end of this year, then what?
Yeah, you're not leaving the kid from Minnesota on as your backup who might get in. You're going to go looking. But here's mine, is I think Minnesotans will put up with that. I think you're right. We'll watch JJ progress, but I think Minnesota Viking fans have to be on the plus side. They need to be 9-8. They have to be 9-8. Okay. I think if we're upside down, people will be really, because in your bottom of the division, I think we can play spoiler, beat up on a couple of our division rivals, still make us happy. But I think they got to get at positive numbers. Am I nuts?
No, I don't think. No, I think that's fair. And you need to see that progress. You need to see that they're going to win some games at the end, and there's winnable games.
Completely agree. Jay, I'm out of time. I appreciate you coming on The Voice. I love having you here. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
He is Jay Caldwell, The Voice, on the Al Travis Show.
Chanhassen Dinner Theater's gift cards make perfect holiday gifts.